On our previous video, we have already discussed about data types in JavaScript. If you have not seen that, I will give you the link in this somewhere maybe this side or this side. Also, I will give link in description. First you go and watch that one, then go for this. So you will understand it in a clear way. Now, what is an array? An array is a collection of similar data elements stored at contiguous memory locations. Okay, similar data elements means if integers, then all the elements are of integers. If string, then all the elements are of string. Okay, it is the simplest data structure where each data element can be accessed directly by using the index number of the element. Okay, now let us see. So for practical purpose, I will use two different things. Number one, this jsfiddle.net, and number two is a simple browser. Just open any browser, then press F12. You will see this console. Okay. Now suppose I am writing let A equal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, comma separated 7 elements 1 to 7. What does it mean? So it means I created a single variable A, but actually it holds 7 different values, right? On our previous video, we have learned about data types, and on that we learned that a variable can hold a value, but a single value, right? But in this case, we are storing 7 different values. Now suppose I want to print only the first value, then I will write A and within square brackets 0. Why 0? Because 0 is the index of first element. Okay, so the index number starts from 0. Let us create a string array. Suppose names equal Ramesh, Suresh, Mahesh, Bignes, okay. So now this names variable contains 1, 2, 3, 4 string names, string values, right? So if I write names of 0, sorry, it is names, not name, so it is printing Ramesh. Okay, similarly here let us write the same thing. Then document dot write names and within square brackets 0. Let us run this. So it is displaying here Ramesh, right? So on the web page you will get this value Ramesh. Okay, similarly to access the second element, we can write the index value 1. Okay, Suresh. Then for next element we can write 2, Mahesh. Okay, but in this case we have to know how many elements are there to print those elements, right? So if we use a for loop to print it, I can write for let I equal 0, I is less than 4, I plus plus, document dot write names of I. Okay, now run this. So it is printing all the values. Let us write a plus sign and use a br tag. So now each name is printing, then a blank row, and then next name. Okay. But in this way, suppose I have added another name, Subrat. It will not print Subrat because it has a limitation of printing only 4 words, right? So what I can do, instead of this one, I is less than 4, I can use names dot length. Now it will also print Subrat. Suppose I add another one, Mohesh, it will also print that one. Okay. So names dot length. Okay. So this length property, it returns the length. Let us write here document dot write names dot length. So it returns the number of elements of that array, and this array has 6 number of elements. Okay. Now suppose here, one second, yes, suppose here I will write console.log names. So it is printing 4 values here, because in this names array we have stored 4 string names, right? 4 string values. Now if you click on this arrow, you can see here a prototype. Now click here, you can see these F signs. These are different functions or methods that we can apply to this array. Okay, so no need to by heart the name of arrays, the name of the methods that we can apply to an array. You have to remember the working, okay, what it will do. So out of these methods, we will discuss some in this video and some in next video. This video will be in 2 different parts. Okay, and we will discuss only important concepts, the important methods, those are required. Okay, so the first one that we are going to discuss is how to iterate through arrays. So here I have shown you one method. We can use a for loop. Let us write it in a little bit organized way. Okay, so as it has a single line, no need to write curly braces. Otherwise you can use curly braces here to specify the block of statement. Okay, now this is one method. There is another method that is called for each. So names dot for each, and here we have to pass a function. So I will use an arrow function here. Okay, so names dot for each, then an arrow function. Okay, now here to this function I will pass a parameter, let us say n, and within this curly brace I will write the same thing as here, but this time I will write only n. Okay, and now see the output. So see, it is again printing all the names, right? Now let us try to understand this. So names dot for each, E is capital. Okay, it is written in camel case. So after the first word, the first letter of each word is in uppercase letter. So this E is in capital. Now names dot for each will iterate through each element, and these elements will be assigned to this n one by one. Okay, so now when it is running for first time, this n holds this first value Ramesh. Okay, now it will run only this one, right? Still we are getting the value. So this n holds only Ramesh for first time. Second time it holds Suresh, the next it holds Mahesh, Vignesh, Subrat, etc. Okay. But here in this case we have more control over this loop. Why? Because see, suppose we don't want to print the third element. So what we will do? We can write here a condition if I not equal to, index number 2 means it is third element. So if not equal to, then only it will print. So our third element is Mahesh. So now see, when we run this Mahesh is not printing this time because our condition is we are verifying if the index number is 2, then it will not print. Means it will not print the third element, right? So can we do this in this for each loop? Yes, we can do this. Now let us comment this and comment this out. So here we can access another parameter. Okay, this can be anything. This n can be anything, this I can be anything. You can name it any name. This is simply name. Okay. Now here we can use the same condition because this I is the index number. How? Let us see here I. Okay. Now run this. See 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this I is index number, right? So we can use the same condition here. If I not equal to, then only write this one. So see that Mahesh is not printing now. Okay. So if you need the control over index numbers, then you can use this second parameter. Otherwise, simply you can use only one parameter. Okay. So if you are using only one parameter, then it will hold one by one all the elements. If you are using second parameter, then it will hold the index number. If you write another parameter, then it will hold that complete array. Okay. So here if I write, see now it holds complete array. Okay. So each time our n holds only one item, but this third parameter holds that complete array. Okay. So for each can also be used to iterate through the elements of an array. Similarly, we can use map. So names dot map same element, then document dot write element plus blank row. Okay, now run this. Clear? But what is the difference between for each and map? Let us see it in our console. Okay, so this is our console. Our names array has 1, 2, 3, 4 different names. Let us do one thing. Let us use that number integer array a. Now suppose I will write a dot for each, then n console dot log n. So it will printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? But at last undefined. Okay. But now same thing I will do with map. So n console dot log n. See, it is printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But at last, instead of undefined, it is returning another array with 7 different values, right? So for each is not returning anything, but map is returning something. Now what it is returning, let us see. Let us write b equal n multiply by 2. So our A array has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and B array has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So each element gone through this operation multiply by 2 and the output is assigned to another array B, right? But if same thing you will do with for each, let us say C equal A dot for each, okay, and sorry, it became catches. Okay, C equal this one. Now let us print C. It is still undefined. If forcefully we will return something like this, okay, it will give us error. Okay, if you forcefully try to return something, still it will not return because for each is not returning anything. Okay, so if you want to return, then you have to use map, otherwise you can use for each. But simply for iteration purpose you can use anyone, for each, for, or map. Another is there, that is called for loop. So for let n of A console.log n, it is doing the same thing. Okay, here let us see here. So you can write here names dot, sorry, for name of names then you can use curly brace if you are using more than one statement in the block, and document dot write name and a blank row, right? Now let us run this. Okay, we are getting the same result. Okay, so we have discussed dot map, dot for each. Now let us discuss another one, that is at. So names dot at, let us say I. Okay, now see here, it is showing index, means we have to mention here the index number. Okay, so suppose index number 0, it is equal to printing names of 0. Okay, these both are same. Okay, and some more important methods, array methods, we will discuss in our next video, and that will come on Wednesday. Okay.